Namaste. Ram 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 Sarvebhyaha Hardam Swagatam. Welcome to the final valedictory session of Stories Behind Temples Part 2, Virtual Visit of Divya Deshams. We will begin with the prayer. Guru Reva Gatir Guru Meva Bhaje Guru Naiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru. Ram Ram Ram.
Namaste, everybody. Been looking forward to this journey with you all, and this is finally coming to the last day, right? So, a lot of things awaiting us for the last day. So, thank you, everybody, for consistently being on top of this journey. Because it's important to start something, and it's more important to continue with what we started. So this entire course has been created just as a teaser for us to learn more and more about temples, about Divya Desams, about the gifts that we have gotten from our ancestors. And we don't know how precious a gift is unless we open it, correct? Otherwise, we don't know what we possess. So such is this gift. So we have been opening it up little by little by little. We have so far covered the Divya Desams of Srirangam, Urayur, and then we went on to Tirupati and Ahobilam, Navanarasimhar, and then we came down to Kumbakonam again, and we finished Uppaliyappan temple there. And today we will continue with a few more kshetrams from Tamil Nadu. We also visited Kerala, Padmanabha Swami temple we visited. So that way we have covered quite a bit of Divya Desams in this journey. Today we will continue with a few more lesser known places, but of immense importance. So such as every story of Divya Desam is so inspiring. So before going into the session today, I am going to quickly take you through what we do at Gurukul. So as you see, we have been curating this temple series for all of you. So our organization is called Gurukul Fun. So what we do is we try to become the cultural companion for the next generation. We try to create and present the ancient Indic wisdom. We create games, we create videos, we create workshops such that ancient Indic wisdom will reach today's generation in a fun way, in a way that they appreciate it and they remember. So that is what Gurukul does. And this is what we do. We do extensive research on everything that we present here. And of course, the storytelling style will be very dynamic, such that we remember what we experience. And this is what we intend to do. We intend for families to come together, spend time together, and the link is not broken. The cultural link from generation to generation, it passes on. We create conversation starters that way. And these are the various courses we've done in the past: virtual visit to Indian monuments and temple series. Bhojana Katha has been a series of videos that we have put up where about Indian food, there is so much of stories, how it got initiated, how it came into some food practices, how we still practice them today, but what is the science behind them. So this way, very beautiful stories are there. So this has been a YouTube series. You can check it out on Gurukul Fun's YouTube channel. Similarly, we have workshops on illustrious Indians, talking about all the great achievements and Indic art form appreciation, that is, be it dance or music or even instruments or physical art forms, creative art forms. What is the principle behind them? How did they develop? So if we don't know about something, we will not be able to appreciate it. So we create courses such that kids and elders alike would be able to appreciate the gifts that we have received. So these are the other sessions that we regularly do. So if you want to sign up with us, we will be sending across information through Vyoma. Do become part of this journey so that culturally we keep connected. We are connected. Similarly, we also create games because these become innovative gifts to give for the next generation. For example, Gala with Ganesha is an activity-oriented book for toddlers where it talks about Ganesh Chaturthi. And the next one is Cards Leela, which is the fastest moving of ours, which is something like God's Rummy. We put together the weapons and what the god holds, what he or she wears, what they stand for, with the symbolism of each card also given. So this is a beautiful card game that you could purchase from us. And there is a beautiful game called Party with Shiva. Shiva himself is, we say he has a spiritual party always going on in Kailash. So here is a chance for us to party with him, along with his devotees, the Nalvar, and various stories behind his names. So that is another beautiful game. And Sadhana is a set of series of 108 stories, right from Itihasa Purana to our history, to our sages and saints, to the contemporary Indians. So there are things that they stand for. What do they stand for, and how they have been, the values have been converted into games, into challenges that we can follow in a day-to-day format. So that is the game called Sadhana, and Life of Krishna is our stalwart game. This game has also been one of the finalists of the Toykathon organized by Ministry of Culture. So this is a board game based on Bhagavata Purana. This way we have a lot of games. So if at all you're thinking of gifting something to the next generation, we provide the right solutions for you. So that is, in short, what Gurukul Fund does. So from there, let us start our journey today. So where are we headed today? We saw yesterday that Kumbakonam is a kshetram, which is par excellence, because the kshetram might be small, the place might be small, but there are so many temples, be it Shiva temples or Vishnu temples. They are all crowded in this one place called Kumbakonam. We saw the story of Kumbakonam and how the Kalasha of creation, the seeds of creation got poured down into this beautiful land. And from there came the name of Kumbakonam. Kumbakonam is also called Bhaskara Kshetram. That is the Kshetra of Lord Surya. So the tremendous power of Lord Surya always stays in Kumbakonam. And it is also said that it is famous for Mahamaham. Mahamaham is celebrated once in 12 years, where the devotees from all over the south especially come together to the Kulam, the temple pond in Kumbakonam, where it is believed that 9 sacred rivers pour their waters into this beautiful tank. So everybody takes dips here because it is almost equal to going to all these kshetras and all these rivers and taking a dip. So that is Mahamaham in Kumbakonam. In such such a sacred land, that is where we are going to again today. So yesterday we saw a kshetram very close to Kumbakonam, and that was where we found Oppuliyappan, the one who eats prasadam without salt, but no salt is not really concerned, because it tastes perfectly fine without salt. Such is the greatness of that kshetram. Now we go to the next temple in this kshetram, a very famous one and a very important one too, called Tirukudandai. So all the Divya Desams, if you see the traditional name, it will start with the word Tiru. Tiru means respectful, out of respect, or we are calling it holy. So that is why every place is named something that is Tiru something. Okay. So Tirukudandai is the place we are going to. You can see the beauty of Perumal here and how he's been decked up. So what is new about him? What is the story here? Here we find Sarangapani as the name of the Utsavar. So Sarangapani, Saranga is Lord Vishnu's bow. Sarangapani, the one who is holding the Saranga bow. So that is Sarangapani here. He is the Utsava Murti who is standing with a bow in his hand. So what about the Moolavar, the main idol who is inside the temple, the main Murti? His name is Aramudan. Okay, Aramudan means, Amud means nectar in Tamil. So Aramudan means that nectar which you drink, even though it is very sweet, you cannot stop drinking. You want more and more and more. So Ara means the nectar with which you will never be content. You want more and more and more. One, this Lays ad is there, right? No one can eat just one. Just like that, you cannot just have one take or one look at this Perumal and leave. You would want to come again and again, or you would want to immerse yourself in that divine beauty again and again and again. So that is the meaning of Aramudan. And the temple is very interestingly in the form of a chariot, and it is called Vaidika Vimanam. The Vimanam or the Gopuram is in the form of a chariot, and chariot because it relates to Lord Surya also. I said that this place is called Bhaskara Kshetram. So the Vimanam is called Vaidika Vimanam. And this is one of the Pancharanga Kshetrams. That means along the river Kaveri, because river Kaveri is considered to be very, very, very holy down south. So along the river Kaveri, there are 5 important sthalas, Divya Desams, and one of them is Sarangapani temple. And this Sarangapani temple is not just housing Sarangapani alone. There are 3 important deities. Temple in a temple is what is the concept of Sarangapani Koil. So this particular temple has 11-story Gopuram, very, very intricate. You can see the Gopuram here. Can you see that each and every deity on the Gopuram depicted is very different? They are all not cut, copy, paste of each other. They're all very different. So intricately worked Gopuram one can see in this particular temple. And what is the story here? There are interesting stories to this place. One of the interesting stories connects to the Tirupati story that we saw. Tirupati, you remember the story where Bhrigu Muni goes to Vaikunta and keeps his leg on the chest of Perumal, and then he feels sorry after that Lakshmi Devi had to leave because of him. Of course, it was in a in a moment of anger, in the spur of the moment it happened, but still he felt very bad that because of him Perumal and Thayar have separated, and she's come down and he's come down. Of course, all this had to happen and he was just an instrument, but yet he felt he also had a particular duty to bring them together. So in this particular place, he takes another avatara. He takes another manifestation as Hema Maharishi, and Hema Maharishi does tapas so that Lourdes Lakshmi is born to him, so that at least in this Janma he will be able to bring Perumal and Thayar together. So that became the unfulfilled desire from his previous Janma. So that happened in this particular place. It is said that Lakshmi Devi was born in this Puttramari Kulam. Puttramari means Putra, that is, it is golden lotus. golden lotus tank. So amidst many, many, many lotuses, even today you will see a golden colored lotus in this particular tank. So from here came Lakshmi Devi. So just now we discussed the story. So you see that Lakshmi Devi went down and she was doing her tapas, and then of course Padmavati and Srinivasa Kalyanam happened, and finally when Lakshmi comes and questions, there is one more story here. When Lakshmi comes and questions, we saw that Srinivasa ably answered her and told her about the Maya Sita story. But the Sthala Puranam of this particular temple also says Srinivasa was not able to, answer all the questions that Lakshmi was asking, and he just wanted to escape from that place. And he came running and he went under the Pottamariculam, under that particular pond, and he hid himself there. So, husband hiding from wife is, one of the connotations that is happening even in our God stories. And here there is a particular Sannidhi for Patala Srinivasa. Patala Srinivasa, the Srinivasa who went underground, who went inside and hid himself. So Patala Srinivasa he is called. Even today there is a puja that happens to Patala Srinivasa. Okay, moving on. This is the story. This is Patala Srinivasa, even today found in this temple. Very interesting story. As I told you, as I promised, today will be a lot of Perumal's devotees and how they empowered these Divya Desams. Okay, so one of the stories is about Tirumalizai Alvar. So Tirumalizai Alvar had a kind of a connect with the Lord, such that he the love that the devotee shows the Lord will be of various grades and various shades. So sometimes out of love, they will fight with the Lord. Sometimes out of love, they will order the Lord and the Lord better listens to them. Sometimes they will beg the Lord. Sometimes they will sing the glory and the beauty of the Lord. So each time the emotion might vary, but their love for the Lord comes out through every one of these emotions. So in this particular temple, Tirumalizai Alvar goes and he sees that Lord is lying down. So he is asking, okay, so why are you lying down, oh Lord? I have come here and I am waiting to sing for you. What happened to your legs? Are your legs so, paining so much? Is it because you had to walk a lot as Rama in search of Sita? Or is it because you had to scale, all the three worlds as Trivikrama, as in the Vamana Avatara? Or is it because you lifted up Bhuma Devi during Varaha Avatara and you're feeling so tired because of that? Can you please get up and speak to me, oh Lord? I'm coming here all the way and I'm waiting to see you, and you are lying down like this in the banks of Kaveri. This is not what I expect of you. Okay, so when the Lord listens to his devotee, it seems the Lord is like, okay, I am going to get up. And Tirumalizai Alvar immediately sings, saying, oh Lord, why are you getting up? I am after all one devotee, I am nothing compared to who you are. Okay, you are the Lord of the universe and I'm after all one devotee of yours. Because I said so, will you get up and sit and all? No, you are, however you are beautiful. So you be however you are. Now the Lord is confused. Should I get up or should I lie down? What is your, what should I do? And it's almost like I am getting up, but I am not up yet. So that is the stature, or that is the position of Perumal in this particular place, it seems. So he is half getting up. So it is said Udyoga posture. Okay. So it's almost like I am getting up for work, but I'm not fully up yet. So that is the kind of posture in this particular temple. Interesting, right? So what all the devotees make the Lord do, and because of their love, what all the Lord does for the devotees. That is beautiful. So here, interestingly, usually whenever we address Perumal, whenever in a Divya Desam the Lord gets a name, he's called Embiran. Okay. And the Alvar is called Alvar, correct? But here they are so close, the Perumal and the Alvar are so close, Tirumalizai and Aravamudan, that they exchange their second names. So you say Tirumalizai Piran and Aravamuda Alvar. So it's like the Lord gets the name of Alvar and the devotee gets the name of Piran. So that close the Lord and the devotee are. And as I told you, Udyoga Sayanam, because Udyoga is Uddana Sayana, basically almost getting up, half state of God getting up. Because I am going to get up for work, but should I really get up? That is the kind of position of the Lord in this particular temple. Okay. As I told you, the temple houses more than one deity. One such very powerful deity is Chakrapani, okay, or Chakratalvar. So Chakratalvar is a representation of Lord Surya. So Lord Surya, it is said that Lord Surya is become very hot at this particular place, and he becomes, it is said that because it's a hot place, it is said that he became egoistic, and to bring down his ego the Lord sends his chakra, and that chakra comes and calms down the Surya. So that is what is Chakrapani avatar of the Lord. So he brings down the ego or the pride of Surya, and this particular tirtham that comes out of the chakra, which is the pond here, is called Chakra Tirtham. So that gives relief to Surya's heat, it is said. So people definitely take a dip in this particular tirtham or this particular pond. And Chakratalvar is also, that is Chakrapani avatar of the Lord, is also considered to be the giver of the boons of Aishwaryam, Ayul, and Arogyam. That means health, long life, and wealth. These are the things that are the blessings sought out of Chakrapani Alvar. Okay, and here he is also an amsham or an avatar of Tirumalizai Alvar, it is said. That is, Tirumalizai Alvar is basically an avatar of the chakra of the Lord. So each Alvar is considered to be one aspect of the Lord. Like, for example, the Kaumodaki, that is the Gada or the mace of the Lord, became one of the Alvars. Similarly, his Vishwaksena, that is the head of his army, became one of the Alvars. His sword became one of the Alvars. His chakra became one of the Alvars. So that way, each one of his aspects became one Alvar, it is said. So that is the praise given to the Alvars, and that is the status given to the Alvars. So the other temple within the same complex is the Rama temple, Ramaswamy temple. So here what is very different about Rama is he's present with Sita, Hanuman, and all his brothers, not just Lakshmana. Many other places it will be only Lakshmana, but here Bharata and Shatrughna are also there, and Rama is in a blessing posture, and he's not holding his kodandam. He's not holding his bow. So you will see in this particular place that Lakshmana will be holding two bows, because Rama gives the bow to Lakshmana, and Lakshmana is holding two bows, and Rama is just in a blessing posture. So it is said like it is the Pattabhishekam posture, and there is Hanuman too, but Hanuman will be having a tampura here, like singing the Lord's name. We know that Hanuman is a Siranjeevi. So wherever there is Lord Rama's name chanted, there it seems Hanuman will definitely be present. And definitely in this temple, being a very different kind of representation of Rama, there is Hanuman singing his praises. And yeah, we saw about this. So that is about Sarangabani Perumal and Aravamudan. So we are moving on to the next location. Where are we going next? We are going to this place called Tirukudalur. Okay. So what is special about Tirukudalur? Let us see. It is a small temple, not a massive one, not even like Sarangapani temple. Sarangapani temple has 11 stories, Gopuram, and so much of, beautiful carvings in the Gopuram, but this is a very humble temple, very small one and a humble one, but it has attracted the attention of the Alvars, so it must be special. So what is special about this place we are going to see? The Alvar, the Embiran or the Lord's name here is Jagat Rakshakan or Vyoma-samskrta Perumal. So each of these names, it will have a Sanskrit name and a Tamil name. The main Lord here will have both names. So Jagat Rakshakan means the protector of the world. Vyoma-samskrta Perumal means the same. Vyam means the world, Karta means protect, the one who protects the world. So what is so special? Whom did he protect? So this is an aspect of the Varaha Avatara. So Varaha Avatara, it is said that, you know what is Varaha Avatara, right? The Lord the Lord lifted Mother Earth and Bhuma Devi was saved from the Rakshasa. So that is what is Varaha Avatara. So it is said that in this particular place, the Varaha Avatara went into the earth. Okay. So, and very interesting story which comes in the Bhagavata Purana is the story of Ambarisha Maharaja. So you must have all heard about Ekadashi Vrata for the Lord. What is Ekadashi Vrata? Whenever the Ekadashi comes, people do not take rice and people try to be without eating anything throughout the day. And those who are taking Shuddha Ekadashi Vrata, they don't even take water. So this happens once in a fortnight, correct? Once in every fortnight, there is an Ekadashi coming. So this particular king called Ambarisha Maharaja is said to have been a very staunch follower of Ekadashi Vrata. So he does not even, take swallow his own saliva on the day of Ekadashi. And he had the chakra of Lord Vishnu, and Chakra Talwar was his deity, and he was doing Ekadashi Vrata and Puja every Ekadashi and every other day also. So he is known for this particular Vrata. So what happens is that once he was doing his Ekadashi Vrata, he did all his puja, everything is over. Then it is the day of Dwadashi. So once the Dwadashi starts, he has to break his fast. That is the cycle of Ekadashi. That is, you have to break your fast the next day. But then that was when his court saw a new guest. And the guest was none other than Durvasa Maharishi. Durvasa, all of us know, is an epitome of anger. And he had come and he offered, saying, I have come as a guest. I will come and have my meal with you today. And of course, Ambarisha Maharaja was waiting that Durvasa Muni will come. Durvasa went to have a bath, because after a bath only he will eat. So he went with all his devotees. He had a bath, and it was taking longer and longer and longer. And that particular time where he had to break his fast was already fast approaching. And Ambarisha did not know what to do. Was his commitment to his guest more important, or his commitment to his Lord more important? He had to take a call, and finally he said, okay, I have to break the fast because this is my practice. So finally he took just jalam meaning water, just a sip of water to stop his, to finish his vrata. But then that is exactly the moment when Durvasa Muni comes. Durvasa Muni gets angry that I told you I am your guest and I will have, the meal with you, but you started your meal. That is, drinking of water means starting of a meal. So you started a meal without me. So I am not letting you go, and I'm going to bring this. I'm not letting this go. I'm going to bring this to an end. And he took a part of his hair, put it down there, like a strand of hair, became a Rakshasa. And the Rakshasa was asked to attack Ambarisha. But then, who was the protector of Ambarisha? The Chakra Talwar, the Chakra himself, right? So the Sudarshan Chakra stood above the king as a protector, and it just cut off the demon's head. And then it did not stop there. it went behind Durvasa Muni. Now Durvasa Muni did not know what to do. He ran to Brahma and he asked for accommodation, for protection, saying, the Vishnu's chakra is coming behind me, Sudarshan chakra is behind me. Can you please protect me? And Brahmaji said, no way. You have to take protection only from Lord Vishnu, no, not from me, because it is, I won't go against his weapon. And then he goes to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva says the same thing, saying, the only way, if you have messed with one of the gods, it is fine. You messed with a devotee. So when you mess with a devotee, you will be answerable to the Lord, and you will have to take protection only from the Lord. And that is when Durvasa ran into the Vaikunta. There he takes complete surrender of the Lord. Now the Lord says he himself can't protect, because I have given Chakratalwar as a protection to my devotee, Ambarisha, and you have messed up with my devotee. So I cannot come in between. You will have to take surrender of my devotee, not even me. And that is when Durvasa goes and takes complete surrender. He goes, he understands his mistake, he apologizes to Ambarisha and asks him to please control the Chakratalwar. And Chakratalwar was taken into control, because till then it was like set in motion that Ambarisha also could not stop Chakratalwar. Chakratalwar will stop only when the one who offended surrenders to the devotee. So that is when, after the surrender happened, Chakratalwar cooled down and Durvasa was safe. So this story is about the strength or the power of the Ekadashi Vrata, and this particular sthalam is known for the story of Ambarisha Maharaja. Okay, and this place is also having historical incidents. That is, one such incident is because of flood. The whole, Kaveri river came in, and the temple was wrecked, but it was rebuilt by Rani Mangammal, it is said. So Rani Mangammal has a statue in the temple even today. And the Anjaneya in this particular temple is a very amusing Anjaneya. He's not standing straight or, in namaskaram posture like this, but it's Kutadum Anjaneya. He's dancing. He's jumping and dancing. So that is the style of Anjaneya in this particular temple. And Thirumangai Alvar has praised, and he sung the Pasurams here. So Mangala Sasanam has happened in this particular temple. And the Sthala Vriksha here is a jackfruit tree, basically. But it also is in the natural formation like a conch. Okay. And Perumal here has the chakra, Prayoga Chakram. That means the chakra is ready to be launched because of this particular story of Ambarisha Maharaja. So anybody who seeks the protection of the Lord here shall be protected. And the Lord is ever ready to protect. So that is the Jagat Rakshaka Perumal's story. Here you can see the Perumal Utsava Murti here. So that is how he looks. And off we are to our next destination. So far we saw three destinations, including yesterday's. We saw 3 destinations in Kumbakonam, the very auspicious place. And traditionally, there are lots of temples, but we could see 3. Now let us go to the auspicious place called Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is one of my personal favorites also. It's an amazing sthalam. It has beautiful temples devoted to Lord Vishnu also and Lord Shiva also. So also Kamakshi Devi stays there. She is the goddess protecting the city. So Mother Kamakshi is also there. That's a beautiful spot. And that is where we are going next. And this place is called Tiruvekka. Tiruvekka is a place in Kanchipuram. So we are going to Tiruvekka. So what is the story of Tiruvekka? This is one of my favorite stories in the entire gamut of stories in this particular series. So his name, Lord's name here is called Yathothkari Perumal, or Sonna Vannam Seida Perumal. Sonna Vannam Seida Perumal means as he is told, the Lord did. That is what is the meaning here. So what did Perumal do such that what was he told and what did he do? So goes the story. So there is Thirumanisai Alvar again here. So Thirumanisai Alvar is known for his singing talent also, because all these pasurams are composed by them. So he had many students. Of the many students, one of the brightest was Kanikannan. So Kanikannan was a brilliant singer, brilliant composer, but he would dedicate his singing and composition only to the Lord, not to anybody else. So that is Kanikannan. So here in this particular spot, what happened is the king of Kanchipuram is said to have become a little egoistic and proud about having won many wars, and everybody was praising him that there is nobody else like him. And then he wanted to be not just praised by commoners, but by the devotees of the Lord too. The devotees of the Lord usually sing only the name of the Lord and only for the Lord, and not for anybody else, not for human beings. They don't compose for humans. But here, the king specifically wanted to be sung about. So he calls for Kanikannan. Kanikannan arrives, because first he wanted Thirumanisai Alvar to come, but Thirumanisai was pretty clear that he is not even going to step into the court of the king. So the king did not want to be disappointed by Thirumanisai again. So he called for his devotee Kanikannan. So Kanikannan comes. So what happens? Kanikannan comes and he is asked to sing. And it is also told that because they are all singers of the glories of Lord Vishnu, whoever sings, that is, when these alvars or their devotees sing about somebody, their lifespan will also increase just like the Lord. And their reign will be a prosperous reign. So it is also kind of good luck. So he wanted that good luck to be on his side. So he asks Kanikannan to sing. But Kanikannan refuses. He says, no way, I am not singing for any human. Now, nobody but the Lord. That is what my guru has taught me. And then the king then says, see, if you sing, you can stay in Kanchipuram. If you don't sing, you will get out of my town. You will never come back. Kanikannan says, okay, what to do? I have to go now. So he goes and he tells his guru, Thirumanisai, that I have been asked to leave. So I'm going to leave. The Lord has asked me, the king has asked me to leave. So I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I could only serve you so much. I could serve the Lord here only so much. Now I have to go. But then this is a twist in the story where the guru, it is Thirumanisai, goes to the Lord. He goes to the Lord and he says, Kanikannan is going to go out of Kanchi. He is leaving Kanchi. Oh, Manivanna, why do you have to lie here anymore? Kanikannan is going. I am going to leave with Kanikannan, because if he doesn't have respect, what respect I have here? So why you alone have to be here without the two of us? You also roll your snake bed and please come along with us. This is kind of an instruction that was given to the Lord by Thirumanisai Alvar in this particular place. And Kanikannan leaves. Just behind him, Thirumanisai leaves. And behind him, the Lord of Kanchi leaves. When Perumal leaves, everything becomes dark. Everything becomes kind of gloomy. Kanchipuram loses its gaze, all its glitz and all its beauty, all its positive vibes. It looks very dull the very next day. Nobody is able to feel the divinity in the temple. Everything seems cold. So that is when the king understands that, oh, what happened yesterday? That all this has happened overnight. What happened yesterday? So that is when he understood that he sent out the Lord's devotee. And these people, Thirumanisai and Kanikannan and the Lord, stayed in one place very close to Kanchipuram called Orikkai. Today it is called Orikkai, but it's actually Or Irikkai. That is one night stay. One night they stayed in this place. So that place is where they stayed, and the next morning the king sent everybody in search of this devotee, and finally they found them in Ovarikai and brought them back. So when the king surrendered himself, he understood his mistake. He surrendered and requested that they come back. That is when he again instructs. Tirumari said, look at the confidence with which he is speaking to his Lord. He says, see, Kanikanan has changed his mind and he is going to go back to Kanchipuram. So I am also returning to Kanchipuram with him. So you may also come back, return and lie down on your serpent just as before. And it is said Kanchipuram got its glory again and everything went back to normal. So at the say of the devotee, the Lord danced to their tunes. When the devotee said, take off or pack off all your things, come with us, the Lord left. And pack back, we are going back. And the Lord did as he was told. So this is Yathotkari. Yathotkari is the one who did as said. And Sonna Vannam Seida Perumal. That is the beauty of this place. So this place also has another Sthala Puranam. The Sthala Puranam of this place talks about Brahmaji. One second. So the Sthala Puranam talks about how Saraswati Devi came here. So basically Brahmaji, it seems, in his hurry to do one particular yajna, he forgot to bring Saraswati Devi along. So he started off the yajna without her. And she was like surprised that this is happening. Without her, how can he do one yajna all by himself? So she tried to create many, many obstacles. But Brahmadeva already had sought the protection of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu helped him overcome all the obstacles, and one final obstacle was she gushing down as Vedavati river, and gushing down literally to take off because all this was happening on a river bed. So to take away the yajna and everything along with her. But that is when Lord Vishnu, it seems, lied flat, not allowing the river, almost like forming a dam, not allowing the fast flowing Vegavati to come and destroy the yajna. So finally, Mother Saraswati bowed down and she continued to support the yajna rather than try to stop it. So that is why this particular place got its name as Thiruvekka. Thiruvekka is a dam, like a wooden dam. So that is why Thiruvekka became the name. There were great people who were born here, one being Vedanta Desikan. He is instrumental in many of the Vaishnava philosophical texts that has been written. And also the Kanikannan incident we saw. So first the Perumal used to lie down on his right hand, it seems. When he came back, he returned and changed to left hand. So that is a difference that is seen here. And the temple, of course, has a lot of historicity connected with it. Because of that, you will see a lot of temple Tamil scriptures or inscriptions in the walls of these temples. And one of the earliest inscriptions belongs to the 900 CE. And the temple was also built and rebuilt during the Chola time, during the Vijayanagara time. So many of these temples might have been dilapidated somewhere in the middle, but there will be king after king who comes and resurrects and makes it more beautiful, adds on sannidhis, and all of that happened in this temple as well. Okay, moving on. We are going to one more place, one of my favorites. This place is called Tirukovilur. Again, we are continuing to be in Kanchipuram. So Tirukovilur is an amazing sthalam. It's a small place, but it has a very deep story to it, and that too connected to the Alvars. So that is why this is one of my favorite places. And here the main Swami, the main Mulavar is Tiruvikrama Murti. That is basically the Lord Vamana, who took the gigantic form and who was taking 1 foot at a time, 1 foot to cover the whole space, 1 foot to cover the whole earth. Where will I keep the third foot? He asked Mahabali. Correct? So that avatara, that particular position is what you will see the Lord in this particular place. So the Raja Gopuram here itself is 192 feet. So look at the height. And interestingly, in this temple, one of the Krishna Kshetras it is. Okay, one form of Krishna you can see here. And Krishna is the first one you will take darshan before going into seeing Trivikrama Swami. So basically, Lord Krishna, along with his sister, Maya Durga are here. So what is that story? Krishna, when he was born, Kamsa wanted to kill, correct? He killed all the other babies before that. And when Krishna was born, Krishna had to be exchanged. So Maya Durga took his spot. So when Maya Durga was going to be killed, that is when she speaks out the prophecy that Krishna is saved and he will come for you, and she disappears. So Maya Durga is considered to be a form of Durga Devi and almost like a sister of Krishna. So both of them have a beautiful shrine in this particular, they have their sannidhis in this temple. And this temple, the Lord took the form of Trivikrama because Mrikandu Muni and his wife wished for that Vishwarupa darshan of the Lord. So he tests them in various ways. He comes like an old person asking for food. And finally, after all that test is done, the darshan is granted, not just as Vamana Swami, but as Trivikrama Swami in this particular temple. But the main story comes next. That is the first 3 Alvars, the Mudal Alvars. Who were the Mudal Alvars? Poigai Alvar, Bhudat Alvar, and Pei Alvar. These were the first 3 Alvars. They were almost born very close to each other. And not just geographically, they were close to each other, even time-wise. One was born on this day, and the next day, and the next day. They were born almost like that. And we just saw this place called Tiruveka, correct? Where Yathotkari Bhagavan Perumal stays. And that is where Poigai Alvar was born. And Tirukadal Malai is very simple. You all know Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram is only called Tirukadal Malai. So that is where Bhudat Alvar was born. And Tirumailai, there is a place called Mailapur in Chennai. That is the place called Tirumailai. And that is where Pei Alvar was born. It just occurred to the 3 Mudal Alvars that they have to go to this place called Tirukovilur. It just occurred to them. All of them started on a yatra, on a journey. And on the first day, it's almost by night that Poigai Alvar comes and reaches here. And there is only one room that is available to protect himself from the rain, because it was heavy rain that night. So he comes into that room and he lies down. And he is thinking about Perumal all the time. And then very shortly after that comes the next Alvar, and he knocks. And he also wants to come in. And the room was so small that only one person can lie down in that room. But 2 people can sit in the place that one person has to lie down. So they were accommodative of each other. And Poigai Alvar welcomed Bhudat Alvar. And both of them were sinking in the thoughts of Lord Vishnu. And then there was one more knock where Pei Alvar comes in. And now the space where one person can lie down, 2 people can sit, 3 people can stand. So they accommodated each other again. And all 3 were standing, and they were lost in the thoughts of Lord Vishnu. They were once, if you are interested about something and you find some other friend also interested about it, they might not even know you, but you can sink in that particular subject and you are very excited while you're talking about that subject. That is when there is a emotional or a mental connect, correct? So that mental and intellectual connect happened because all 3 were reveling in the thought of Lord Vishnu. Okay, but then after some time, they realized that they were being crushed. Even though there are only 3 people in the room, they were being crushed like as though it was a big crowd in that room. And it was pitch dark and they did not know who who are the other people, or who is this fourth person who's trying to expand himself in this room? And that is when they use the lamp of knowledge to light up the room and see who it was, and that was Perumal. So that was Lord himself. So when it's almost like when three of his favorites are coming and discussing about him, he also wants to be there to know what they are discussing. It's more like a FOMO from the side of the Lord. So that is what happened. It's a very cute incident, very beautiful incident, where each one, just for their love of Lord, they accommodated each other, and together they prayed to the Lord. So here it was not about, is my love for the Lord greater or your love for the Lord greater? It's about the Lord is great, and all of our love for the Lord makes us all connected and makes us all friends with each other. So that is the beauty of this place. Tirukovilur is where this happened, this incident happened, and that is why this is one of the finales or the climax of this series I wanted to have at this particular place called Tirukovilur. Okay, so with that, yes. So when they were lighting up their the lamp of knowledge, and they were burning their ego in that lamp of knowledge and singing the praise of the Lord, the first 100 songs were rendered by Poigai Alvar, and it was called Mudal Tiruvandadi. And the next, that is the next 100 was given by Boodathalvar, and that is called Irandam Tiruvandadi. And then the Moonram Tiruvandadi was given by Peyalvar. So these are 300 verses. They just on the spot composed, just like that, when the Lord was with them. Okay, so that is the beauty of this place. And Andadi, there is a connotation to this word called Andadi. Andadi means the ending, it's almost like Antakshari. The ending of a pasuram will be the start of the next pasuram. The ending of that will be the start of the, so the word that it ends with will be the word that it starts with, the next one starts with. So there is extra brilliance required to kind of compose that. And that was there. A lot of geniosity and brilliance was there, all in one place in that room that day. So that is the beauty of this particular incident. So with that, we come to a close of these sessions. So you are welcome to reach out to us. So www.gurukul.fun is the site in which you can find all that I spoke to you about. For instance, one of the workshops we recently did in April was Empires of Bharat, as a history series for children, or elders can also join from the Indic perspective, and the vows and the beautiful things about Indian history that children should know. So that was one of the series that we recently did. We will keep you informed of all the series that we do. If you want to, please log in and give us your details. hi@gurukul.fun is where you can send us mails and we will respond to you. Thank you very much for being a patient audience. I will open up to feedback and also for questions. So with that, we come to the close of this session.
Yes, ma'am. Before that, I would just like to make a formal appeal and the course statistics. Yeah, I will just share my screen. 1 second. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. Firstly, hearty congratulations to all the participants for attending these sessions and getting to know about the Sthala Puranas, the Divya Deshams, and many more things. So here is the course statistics. So we had around 5 days and 5 sessions, and average hours of interaction is 1 hour 13 seconds, and total number of videos is 5, and total registered learners for this course is 807. So it was all because of you. The video recordings will be uploaded very soon in the course page. So the attendance was as follows. The average attendance for out of these 5 sessions is 151. So here is our humble seva. We have 3 websites, sanskritfromhome.org, vyoma.org and digitalsanskritguru.com. Here is the seva metrics as on April 2023. We have 18 self-learning multimedia products, 320 plus free courses, 16 free mobile applications for both Android and iOS, around 7,300 plus video and audio content, around 55,000 plus committed learners. This was all possible by your generous support. How can you always be part of this journey? Firstly, by learning what is taught in the class and revising it at least 30 minutes a day. Also by referring the Vyoma courses and products to interested learners so that they also can be part of this wonderful journey in the path of Samskrita, Samskriti and Samskara. You can also help us by donating. You will also get ATG tax benefit. Just head to sanskritfromhome.org and click on donate button. The next option is the bank transfer NEFT payment. You can also, these bank details, everything will be shared. The third option is you can also courier the check to given address. In case you're residing in abroad, US dollars is also being accepted. You can just head to vyomausa.org or you can also scan the QR code or make the payment through PayPal. So ultimately, let us all learn Sanskrit and be really happy. So the feedback form will be shared very soon to your email ID. You can always write to us whatever you feel about this course. Everything can be shared through the feedback form. So now I will just keep it open to all the learners to kindly raise your hand and share your valuable feedback about the course. So I request all of you to kindly switch on your videos so that this will be helpful for our video testimonials. So firstly, it is Vishuddha. Can you please switch on your video? Yeah,
Hi ma'am. This is Vishuddha's dad. Ma'am wanted to know much more detail about the Gurukul Fund.
Yeah, so I have put it on chat box.
Okay.
You will see a website and you will also see a form to get in touch with us so that we will get in touch with you.
Sure.
For more details, you can also mail to hi@gurukul.fun.
Sure.
So we are basically, we create workshops, we create videos, and we create games for children. So games, we believe that is an unconscious way to learn. It's like you're having fun, but at the same time, you get to learn something. So that style of learning is something that we vibe with. So that is why we try to take Indian culture to children through games, through workshops and interactive videos. So this is what we do at Gurukul Fun. You can definitely be part of us. You can definitely be part of the various things that we do. Do get in touch. I have given in the chat box, I have given some links. You can be in touch with us. Thank you. Thank you. You've muted yourself. Please unmute.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am.
Thank you so
much.
Okay,
thank you so much. Devavrata Parthasarathi.
Please put on your video.
Switch on your video.
Yeah. Sorry, you have been unmuted. Sorry, muted.
Could you hear me now, Ji?
Yes.
The class was very nice, and I had a lot of time for finding the temples. And I usually have interest in finding temple stories, Thala Puranas, and I used to find some. Thank you so much for sending the classes, and I have been learning a song which Vedanta Deshika has composed, and it is from the story. It is called Garuda Dandakam, and I have learned it. It's Sanskrit, and I have been learning Sanskrit for a long time.
Oh, lovely. Lovely to know, because Sanskrit is the start point. When you learn Sanskrit, your curiosity to learn the rest of the other things kind of comes up. And also when you see a shloka, you will want to decode it. And that is the beauty of Sanskrit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sanskrit.
I am also studying in a Gurukulam, which teaches Sanskrit, Ayurveda, and a lot of things. Astronomy, Bharatiya Ganita, and I have been learning. I'm studying in the Gurukula.
Wonderful, wonderful to know that, Devvrata. Congratulations to you and your parents for choosing this.
Thank you, Ji.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you, Ji.
Devika. Namaste.
You're muted, Amma.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. This has been a very, very interesting course. I mean, there were a lot of things which we had already known, because we have visited a few of these Divya Desams, and we have recently shifted to Kanchipuram also. So it is nice to know about so many things in Kanchipuram, and the type of service that you're doing is something amazing. But I would also like to be in touch and to know more about your courses that you're offering. Is it open only to children, or we as elders can also be a part of it? I just what I want to know.
So
And it has been
most of our courses, thank you, Devika Amma. Most of our courses are designed for children, but we are open for elders to take them up, because elders are the link to the children, right? Because tomorrow, if you will have to explain something in a way that is cool to your grandchildren, so I help you do that. Basically, that's what we do. How do we make culture sound cool for the next generation to proudly take up? Not forced upon them, but out of interest, out of curiosity. Kindle their curiosity is our approach.
Yes. Thank you very much. I will definitely register in your website. Yeah.
Thank
you. You live in Bangalore? Bangalore?
Chennai.
Where in Chennai? If I come to Chennai, I'll meet you. Oh, then you're too close. I live in Kodambakam.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. We should meet up.
So which part exactly in T Nagar?
We will connect.
Okay. I will send an email to you, and thank you very much. Dhanyawada.
Let's connect. Lovely. Vasudhaji, shall I go on? Sitaramji, please. Unmute yourself.
Namaskar, madam. So again, very informative session. I just missed one class, but that is the first class. But I think that video is already there, so I am partly through that video. Otherwise, excellent session. Only thing is, my mind is going to all the other Divya Desams which you missed. I am not sure. I don't remember if you mentioned Tirupulani, another very very
beautiful
prestigious
place.
Yeah. And of course, I think up north we have both Ayodhya and Badrinath also. So
that's right. Dwaraka was also part of the list, but couldn't finish.
Okay.
So,
I
think it's a journey worth taking again. Probably season 3 should be another part of Divya Desams.
Yes.
There is so much to cover. So much. This is, like I said earlier, it's only like a start of a journey for us to go and read up more, learn more, share more.
Correct.
Thank you for coming regularly.
And I think we have to, there is a big gratitude which we have to owe to Thirumangai Alvar, the last Alvar, because he, if I'm not wrong, he kind of rediscovered all the, at least 80% of the Divyatisms once again,
Very
rediscovered.
much.
It's already there actually. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. Very much, very much. And it's very important. Our gratitude to each one of them is important in that case. But Thirumangai Alvar did a great, he went lengths to collect everything, which is very important. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
धन्यवादः. अनुराग मित्तल महोदय.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, thanks for this very informative session and like virtually taking through all the spiritual centers. And just a quick question, like you told about the Vishnu temples and all that. So like I'm just around the Vishnu prayers only, like there are 1,000 names of Vishnu, 1,000 names of Lalita, like Sahasranama are there. And then there are like books like Laws of the Spiritual World, which says that the prayer has to be very short and concise. And the God doesn't want their devotees to go through lengthy prayers. So how to reconcile these two things? Yeah.
Very simple. It depends on your time. In Kali Yuga, it is said that just saying the name of the Lord, not going through all the tests, all the things, just saying the name of the Lord can take you to the Lord. So when you are given the choice, the beauty of Sanatana Dharma is choice. The abundance of choice we have. But I have heard one great Mahatma say that you have a castle. You belong, there is a palace that belongs to you. Say there are 100 rooms in the palace. So just because you have a castle with 100 rooms, do you sleep in one room every day? You will find out what is the best suited room for you and where you are comfortable, and you settle down there, despite having 100 rooms. So the choice is not to confuse, but the choice is to vibe with which is the best room for you. Whatever is my favorite need not be your favorite. But whatever is my favorite, that one favorite is enough for me. I don't have to know everything. When I hold on to that one favorite nama or rupa of the Lord, I can get there. This is what all the scriptures say. Literally, be it Vishishta Advaita, be it Advaita, hold on to the name, hold on to that one form. Don't get confused with too many. But too many are provided so that choosing that one becomes easy for you. So Vishnu Sahasranama is given for you to choose one nama. So look at the choice we have. That is what we will have to appreciate and take forward. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful question.
Aparna. Yes.
Namaste, namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Ma'am, this session was really great, ma'am. I really loved it. I took really interest in. I took a lot of interest in this. It was really good. Those temples were so good. I took so much interest that I kept on looking at it. I didn't let my parents speak to me. I kept on looking at it. I just took all my interest, all my focus in it. I really would like to look at all these temples, look around in these temples.
Please
Thank you
do.
for the session.
Please do. So my mission is complete if you go to all these places, number one. Number two, if you speak about these places to your friends, to your relatives, to whoever you can interest, talk about these again and again to a few people. That is when it stays in the mind. Otherwise, we will appreciate it, but then it will evaporate very quickly. So if you want to retain, say the stories to a few others. So that will be the way for you to remember.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you, Aparna.
Thank you, ma'am.
धन्यवादः. अलमेलु भगिनी. Okay. Ashok Mahodaya. You're on mute. Now you can.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Madam, I am from Pune, but I visited many temples in South India, and I really loved your, explanation. I'm very happy. I've got one question, you see, about Tirumala, Srirangam, or even this, Madurai, Meenakshi, no problem. No, I went to Kumbakonam also, but it was so confusing to visit many temples there, including Navagrams also. So, is there any agency where we can guide that you go here, you go here, you go here, like so? I was really confused in visiting so many temples there, because Kumbakonam is a very important place, and I wanted to go there. I went there also. About
That's
10 years
right,
back.
sir. You're right in saying there are so many that we miss. Unless we have read about them or know Kumbakonam well, we will not be able to cover them all, number one. And all to be covered in, say, just a few days. Suppose I have 2 days or 3 days. To cover them all is not going to give the essence of those temples to us. We will not be able to enjoy everything. So there should be a nice balance. There are so many tour operators these days who will take you from temple to temple. Based on your agenda. Suppose it is to see as many temples as possible within a short span, then that is also possible. Or I want to go through just a few, but I want to take in the flavor of those temples. It is also possible. So these days, all these Thala Puranas are also available in a lot of websites for you to read up and go.
One interruption. It is available for Tirupati, Srirangam, and even also in Tirupati temples.
So
but
it will all not be. It will all not be taken by one tour operator. It would rather be, because each place is different, right? So that place will have that tour operators who will take you through, because Tirupati, the darshan and back is itself a tour, is itself a yatra. And Kumbakonam is a yatra by itself. So I don't think it will be combined by anybody, but the locals will be the best ones to take you through in each of these places.
The same thing happened in the north also. It is very easy in Ayodhya or Ayodhya, Dwarka. But this what is it called place? Mathura is very difficult to visit. All temples, Mathura, Vrindavana.
Very
so many temples are there, and it is very, very confusing to visit. And we don't know what is the importance of each one.
So either we take the help of a guide, or we read up and go. So either of these two will be the solution to your problem.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Say, sir.
Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha Mahodaya. Vishuddha. Okay.
Vishuddha, put your video on, Vishuddha. She had her video on in the beginning. Yes.
And actually, you sent the link in the chat, but it's now also.
You try it again. Now it's enabled. Please try again. Okay.
Ma'am, I tried, but it's not opening.
Okay, we will share it. We will share it. You can
don't worry about it. Is there any other observation, any question, anything to share?
No.
Okay.
Ma'am, it was a very nice course. I enjoyed it. And I didn't know these many places are there actually.
Thank you, Vishuddha. I am happy you learned. Now it is time to travel. Summer is also around the corner, so summer holidays. So try and travel. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, we just had one more announcement. We will be starting a new course on Pancha Mahayajnas for children, which will be starting from 11th May to 19th May, which will be during the day, that is morning 10 to 11 a.m. So we will be sharing more details about the course in next 2-3 days. So children who are interested to join, to know more about our Pancha Mahayajnas, you can always register to this course, and it is a free course. Keep expecting mails regarding that. Dhanyavadaha. We will do the Shanti Mantra and end this session. I request all of you to sit straight. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, Ram Ram Ram. The feedback form will be shared. Request all of you to please fill the form. Dhanyavada. Shubharatri. Namaste.
Namaste, everybody. You can unmute yourself if you want.
Namaste, ma'am. Ram Ram.
Ram, Ram.
धन्यवाद
Thank you.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवादः। राम राम राम।